Well, this is What the H Are You Doing? A couple years ago, they made signage for the building, but they constructed it out of interior cheap pine, must have been from the Home Depot. It's not even solid. What they used were pieces that were glued together, butt jointed together. And this one was sitting under the eaves on the under the catwalk, so it was somewhat protected, but it's even starting to crack. The ones that were on the south side of the building and over the utility room have just cracked and deteriorated. I painted these with a exterior enamel a year or two ago, but they're still falling apart even when it was protected from the weather. So as a replacement, we've taken 3/4 inch pressure treated plywood that's almost a marine grade and cut out the H. And then because it's plywood, we have to protect certain aspects of it. So I've taken pieces of poplar. This is a hardwood. It's 1 by 2. It's actually 3/4 inch thick. So we've cut it and notched it there so it fits and covers up the plywood. And then I've taken my miter saw and fit it in so we make a nice corner. It's like a picture frame. It covers the end. The thing with plywood is that it's made out of a series of layers, wood that's glued together in different orientations. But when water gets into the edge of a piece of plywood, it soaks down in between the laminations, and then as it gets sunlight and rain or cold and hot, the plywood actually delaminates, and this will have a shorter lifespan if it's exposed and not protected adequately. So the pieces are glued into the corner, and I've used an Ultimate. It's an exterior waterproof glue, so they used a liberal amount of glue, and then with the nail gun punched the 1.25 1.5 nails into there so that it's well sealed. Then after this is done all the way around, we get a structure that looks something like this. This is the H. You can see the miter joints, and we've mitered it all the way around, which took a little extra time. It's been glued and nailed, and I've covered up the nail holes with a sealer. So the first step in keeping this from being destroyed by weather is to make a seal coat. And I've used boiled linseed oil and shellac, a 50-50 mixture. When you mix this up and put it on, it soaks way into the wood. You almost need 2 coats just to get the surface cover adequate. It turns out to be a very nice natural cuticle for the wood. And then after the seal coat is somewhat dried, you can use a exterior enamel. This is a Rust-Oleum gloss black. So what I've done is put a liberal amount in this area where the plywood's exposed, and then let it actually fill and go into the cracks between the plywood and the mitered hardwood. The next stage would be to give it a little bit of a sanding and then coat the entire project with black. And I've been thinking about using some kind of a glitter. I don't know if Home Depot didn't have it, but perhaps Lowe's has. It's like a reflective confetti. So we put another coat of black on it, and then sift the confetti onto the H pattern, and then when a light hits it at night, it sort of reflects, and you'll be able to see it from the street a lot better, just to identify the building. But anyway, there's the first one. This is a prototype. I've got 2 more to do. I bought 1/4 sheet of plywood so I can make 3 H's. So this is What the H Are You Doing?